All right, everybody, it's that time for our good old Two for Tuesday video. That's brought to us by Knife Delights, and he also has a second channel, History Delights. Old Tom, got to meet up with him last weekend at the flea market. He was in town, and man, we had just a great time. I'm sure you'll see pictures and content of that up. But man, it's always a great time when he comes to town. We always get to meet up. You know, we always make a sacrifice to try to meet up, and we just have a great time. But be sure you check out his channel, and while you're at it, check out History Delights as well. But you guys, today is something a little different. Ain't no store-bought stuff today. This right here is something that was sent to me from Doom Crew Outdoors. It's not just one piece, it's two pieces here. Now, if you look at this, you got a jumbo trapper here. You have a homemade file knife here. Now, he constructed this entire knife himself. He is a machinist. He is very good at what he does. And just done a superb job on that. This thing is sharp too. Now this right here, I think he actually made a trade for a Remington Jumbo Trapper off of a website where they come unfinished. The blades, I believe, aren't even stamped and they're not even finished. If you look, they ground off the actual tang stamps and stuff and sold these as blanks. And someone he knew got a hold of one and traded it to Doom Crew. And what he did was he put custom buffalo horn covers on it. And I want you to look at this. Look at the job he did on this. Look at this knife. This is something that he took as just a blank canvas. You know, the knife comes and it's just blank. You know, it's got the model number there and stuff, but it doesn't have like a trademark or anything. And it looked like they were going to put these out as anniversary issues, but maybe didn't do it. But then they had all these laying around, and they had to get rid of them, and they put them up for sale, and people could buy them and finish them off themselves. And look at the job that he did on this. Again, I think he traded for this blank knife. I forget the details about it, but then he got it. And he gets water buffalo horn, and he makes these covers. And look at the job he did on this. I mean, this is superb, guys. And he also carries it in a Kent Smith custom scout carry sheath. Well, just so happens, I have an original one of these Remington Jumbo Trappers, because it's exactly what it is. Here it is. And mine also rides in a Kent Smith scout carry sheath. Kent made these, and then he blade deletes them and carries them as a one-bladed knife, and he gave Doom Crew one. I think he gave me one. And so thanks a lot, Kent Smith, KJ Leatherworks. So here's what one originally looks like. And I want you to look at the difference of this. Look at that fat buffalo horn with that groove texture. Guys, look at that thing right there. This is just superb. It really is. I seen a video on it, and I'm like, and he asked me a while back. I'd sent him I sent him a Stag Barlo to check out, and he was going to send it back, and he's like, hey, is there anything you want to check out? And I'm like, and this is the Stag Barlo I sent him to check out, because I know he's really into Stag. And I'm like, hey, you know, if you don't mind, I'd really like to check out the knives that you created. And he just jumped at the bit. And I was like, I'd really check them out more than any case knife. I mean, I can go to a case website or dealer and buy a case knife, but to get something that someone's handcrafted like this, I mean, look at the thickness right here. Look at that compared to the original Coca-Cola wood. Look at that right there. And he's a big guy with big hands, so this right here is very fitting for someone like himself and me both, because it fits. Look how good it fits in our hands. I mean, just perfect. I think he's 6'3". He's a big dude, big hard-working dude. Now there's that one. Awesome lanyard too. I love the beads he puts on these. But this one right here he made from scratch. You know, he took a file, and I think when he was making this, he actually busted it and just re-welded it and finished it off. And just look at this. I mean, got the forward finger choil, got a sharpening choil, and it rides all the way to my pinky. So it's just a perfect size. You look at both sides. Look at the grooves too we got here. You know, he pinned it. I'm sure he also, oh, speaking of sharpness, there it is. It already got me. It's got me. So he pinned it, and I'm sure he also glued it as well, or epoxied it, or whatever. But yeah, them aren't coming off there. You know, he hammers those down and just does a superb job at this, man. Look at that. And I'm bleeding, so that's awesome. Gotta love it. Ain't nothing wrong with a little blood on a video, is there? They'll probably demonetize it, which I really don't care. I'm gonna turn the monetization off at the end of the month anyway. So yeah, and one knife that we want to kind of compare it to that I brought out here is a Buck 102. So let's look here and just kind of compare them. I mean, the Buck 102's got the longer handle there, but I mean, as far as the blade length, I mean, very similar in blade length here. Let's just measure these out. Let's put them like this. Now, if we look at the overall length of this creation, it's a full, what we got, from 4 to 11, so 7 inches long, total length, with a blade length of, total blade length here, we've got 1, 2, 3.5 inches, but cutting length, about 3 1/4. So, I mean, this knife right here, full tang construction, pinned epoxied covers. So it's going to be able to get done pretty much anything you need it to do. It just is. It's going to be very durable, very strong, and it's made out of, you know, an old file. So you know that this thing right here is just built to work, built to last, got a superb heat treat behind it, and is just going to do wonders for decades. And he'll probably hand this down to one of his boys or one of his grandchildren, and they'll probably have it forever as well. And the same with this right here. I mean, this thing right here is just a monster. I mean, just look at it. Let's get the Buck out of the way here. We compared those enough. But man, I mean, to have someone create something like this, I mean, we see people, you know, making knives and send them around as travel knives and things like that. And when he brought up the idea of sending something to me, I couldn't think of anything more fitting that I wanted to look at than his kind of creations that he come up with. So, I mean, these are just superb pieces. And man, Doom Crew, you did a knockout job on both of these things. I don't want to say knock up. I don't know what I'm thinking about. I'm trying to wipe this blood off my thumb here where that knife sliced me, but it is what it is. Just a little cut. She bleaks here and there, but nothing big. And again, we got the KJ Leatherworks slip that it comes in. So, I mean, I want you to look at the fit on these right here. That is not, there's no way possible that knife is going to come out of there. It just is not going to happen. And the same with mine that Kent gifted me. I mean, I don't know how he forms those so perfectly. I mean, you look at the blade and how he's got that kind of setting in there for those blades. It made you think about that. Those jokers, you could probably wear that for days on end, and that knife is not gonna, I mean, because you got a tugger to get her up out of there. The same with his, because his is even going to be better because it's got that textured handle material on it. That is just gripping. I mean, you got this in your hand, you can tell a big difference when you got this in your hand compared to that Coca-Cola wood. I mean, this thing right here, that texture, she ain't going nowhere. Look at that thickness. She's thick, boy. Look at that right there. Well, right there. I mean, that right there just, that's what do they call that? The fizz? That gives you the fizz? Is that what they say? Well, it does, brother. Doom Crew, that gives me the fizz. And this right here, how he's got this texture right here. I mean, it just gives you the fizz, guys. Gives you the fizz. I'm not sure what kind of file he made this out of. I'm going to ask him. Probably Nicholson. What do you think, Nicholson file he made that out of? Nicholson, USA. All right, fellas. We've been on here for 10 minutes. Doom Crew, awesome job, guys. Go check out his channel. Like, subscribe, give him a comment. Let him know the BigJ sent you over. And don't forget, this is a 2 for Tuesday. So be sure to hit up Tom over at Knife Delights. Also History Delights. Great guy. Like, again, every time he comes to town, we meet up. And, guys, I just wish there was more people I could meet up with. You know, Doom Crew being one of them. But he's very far south. But I know, like, J.O. lives close. And I'll be seeing him here at the Case event June 1st. Be seeing quite a few guys. I think Georgia Venture's coming up with his better half. We'll see Byron Kennedy over there. Probably Radio Geek, Jesse McJames, myself. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. But I know J.O. sent out emails and trying to get plans together for everybody. But Miss Sarah will be going with me, and it'll just be a great time. But guys, again, don't forget to check out Doom Crew. Hard-working man. Really into the vintage stuff, vintage USA stuff, and I don't blame because I'm into the same kind of stuff. So, like, subscribe, give these guys a comment, and like I said, let them know BigJ sent you over. All right, guys, that's all we got for today. While you're out there, keep them edges fresh.